Pranam Swamiji. So this is another interesting topic. Uh, One of the quotation from complete works of Swami Vivekananda and discussion on this topic. So thinking of death and spiritual progress. So there are few conversations with Swami Vivekananda. These are from complete works of Swami Vivekananda. So Swami Vivekananda one place told that look here, we all shall we shall all die. Bear this in mind always, and that the spirit within will wake up. Then only meanness will vanish from you, practicality in work will come, you will get new vigor in mind and body, and those who have come in contact with you will also feel that way, and you will really have really got something uplifting from you. So these are words of Swami Vivekananda on thinking of death. So then the disciple asked, but Swamiji, will not the spirit break down at the thought of death and the heart be overpowered by despondency? Then Swami Vivekananda replied, quite so. At first the heart will break down and despondency and gloomy thoughts will occupy your mind, but persist. Let days pass like that and you will see that new strength has come into your heart. So, Swamiji, these were the thoughts. So, this brings us to the today's question as thinking of death and spiritual progress. So, could you please tell us as how these are related and how we can apply it to our own practical life so that we can also have spiritual progress? Over to you, Swamiji.
Okay. You see, practically we are living in a dream. Dream means we are ignoring the reality. That is why you are dreaming in the living in the dream. But we are ignoring the reality that human life is impermanent. That is why they beautifully say we are living in a death-denying culture, death-denying atmosphere. We will never think of the death. But which is the truth? Death is true. Death will come because human beings are not permanent, impermanent. That is illusion. We are living in illusion just out of fear, avoiding the word death, and we just keep it aside and we put some ashes so that you cannot see, we cannot hear the word death. Better we will hear pass away, expire. That is the better tolerable word than the death. But that is why that we have developed that culture, truth denying culture, death denying culture. Death is certainly the truth. So what is happening? See, the moment we think of the death, those who have the courage, they have no, most people, they have no courage because death means they lose the attachment, they lose the interest of the world. So thinking about death withdraws our mind from the world, piece of enjoyment, attachment of the world. These are the hindrance of the spiritual life. Thinking of death that reduce this kind of attachment, your withdraws the mind, and these are the hindrance in our spiritual life. As Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, uh, attachment to the God, detachment of the world. Then this is the spiritual growth will be there. Detachment. Death means that way. Detachment from the world, first body, then world. So their love will come for the God. As you emphasis, Vivekananda emphasis to think of the dead, as you read out, at first heart will break down, despondency and gloomy thoughts will occupy your mind. But persist, let days pass like that, and then you will see the new strength has come into the heart, that the constant thought of death is giving you a new life and making your life more and more thoughtful and beautiful. So Swamiji also expressed the truth, beautiful meaning of the death, utility of thinking of the death. The man become more thoughtful, more meaningful, more purposeful. Meaningful in the sense, purposeful in the sense that thinking death, we are ignoring the transient world, and we do not want to ignore it. We do not want to detach from the world, but it is the truth. This is the fact. But we do not want to accept it. We want to deny it. So death actually detachment from the whole world, and we are afraid of that. So much attachment to the body. That is why common people cannot bear or bear the thinking of the word death. They never say death. This is a one kind of amangal hoga. Death ka baat maan lo. Anyhow, we are not ready to accept the truth with analysis, with thinking also. We want in a the beautiful way they told the death denying culture. This is our life. The truth denying culture, you can say. So these are the how it help us. Help us means the moment you have think, you withdraw your mind from the worldly thoughts, your body, that naturally you become uh, you have a more develop more detachment to the world, and you can then develop the love for the God, attachment to the God. Thinking of the depth motivates us for the higher life and purpose. Without thinking death, you cannot have a higher spiritual life and purposeful life. You see that sage and sages, seekers of God, you see their life, their mental condition. Maybe it is a less or more percentage of belief. They accept the death that way 10%, 15%, 20%. But they have accepted death is certain, it is a transitory, this life is not permanent, impermanent. So this thinking of death motivates them to purposeful life naturally. Purposeful life, that means truthfulness. What is the fact of the life? They understand. So they live the life purposeful. Imagine that you are immortal. Did not imagine that is the truth also. Or out of fear, for the sake of fear, you think that if you are immortal, truth or intellect, then why you are not living for the eternity? Why you are living for the immortality? As we are immortal, perishable, we are living for the perishable, we are not living for the eternity. So thinking of that motivates us to lead a life of higher life. A reality that there really is always tomorrow. Tomorrow is also there. This means we have to work for the purposeless life. Thinking about death, it reminds us to all interest, or we cannot sweat for the small stuff. That thinking of death will give you so courage. You will not bother or spend time, sweat for the small things, small achievement in the life. That you always bother for the higher thing. That is why they say little things stay little. We are living for little things. We stay for the little stay, 50 years, 60 years. So little things stay little. So we, that thinking of death force us to uh, live for the higher things, not little things. Because the moment we strive for the little things, it will stay little only. And this thinking about death forces us to think of the present. And it forget, makes us to forget past, future. Today I will die, tomorrow death, any moment will come. So mind will remain the present, not in future and past. For that, 90% of the mind occupied by the future and past thinking. So that is a very helpful. We live in the present by thinking of the death. Death is near to us. That then another thing is that the thinking of death allows us to remember what is really important. And thinking of death, you preparing yourself, embrace the God, embrace the death. Easy way. People, when they face the death, they totally disturb how much it is very difficult to expect death. But thinking of the death, knowing his nature, knowing your own nature, not this body, you are ready, preparing yourself to accept the death when it will come with a smiling face. So you should face your death with a smiling face. That is the spiritual growth, that outcome of loving the death. Spiritual person, you think, ultimately they have conquered the death. They love the death, they love us. Because they have no fear at all. That is why they are so cheerful in any circumstances, any situation of the life. For them, this world is yet transitory, temporary. In the mind of the mind, they know that is why they are not disturbed. So, death, they love the death. Any consequence in the life, what is the extreme consequences of the life is the death. The person who accepts, knowing the truth, this is our true nature of the human body, not our own nature. So, death denying culture, truth denying culture is bad for us. Accept what is truth. Accept death. That is the fact, and that is the truth. And the more and as early as possible, we accept the death is our ultimate uh, position of the human body, and we cannot accept it. Don't fear it. Then Your life will be better and spiritual, joyful, cheerful. So this is the point I jotted out. I explained to you, and I think there are many questions you can ask so that I can think also in different angle what I put before you.
Yes, Swamiji. So now there are many students. I'll start with one single question. Swamiji, thinking of death, is the remedy equally applicable to everyone? Because when we discuss with various aspirants, the effect is seen differently. Somebody would say, if I am going to die today, then let me complete this desire, that desire. So if unless the renunciation is the goal of life, or is there any some sort of eligibility for practicing this type of thinking?
Eligibility will come from a maturity of the mind. You can ask the small person, they will lie. And you can ask any person who is totally engrossed in the worldly life. He will lie, he will laugh, or he will not hear you. Even they can scold you, lastly go out from here. So it is totally depend on the condition of the mind. The mind means those who want to really improve the spirituality, then they understand, they will try to understand. Easily they will understand. Death, and death means here death of our true culture, death of our truth. We are human beings, we are the divine. That is the truth. We are not thinking or bringing this level. Unless a maturity of mind is not there, they will not think this way. It is not applicable to all because their mind is not ready to think this way. Death, the truth is that we will die. Our body is impermanent. This world is impermanent. Enjoyment is permanent. Wife is impermanent. Children is impermanent. So it is depend on the maturity of the mind. The moment they have developed this maturity of the mind, need not to wait for others. You believe in the death or think of that. They will start their own thinking of the death for the spiritual growth and betterment of the life, joyful life.
Initially mentioned that first the heart will break down and despondency and gloomy thoughts will occupy your mind. So those who are not practiced this, they would like to understand what is happening, why Swamiji has said like that.
Swamiji has told these things is perfectly alive. As you told that is there any qualification, quality, maturity, quality to think of that? See, beginners, they cannot think, they cannot accept. This is the truth. The beginner, they think the moment you think, everything is gone from there. Gloomy, despondency. He continue, then infinite power will come, which has come, you will find in the rishis and a sincere sadhaks. They pass to this situation and ultimately they become powerful. Great power come within because they have conquered. Otherwise, 50% conquer the word death. That is why power is coming within. No fear for the world. What is the fear? Death, just to lose. They have nothing to lose in the world. That is why they are fearless. They love death. So beginners, this condition will come. If they overcome that power is there, let them continue the despondency for few days. Then power is coming the moment you accept the truth. What is truth? This body is impermanent, that is death. You are not living in the death denying culture. you are living in the fact denial, fact a culture, truth, culture of truth.
Yes. Yes, point you have nicely highlighted, which is very appealing to our new viewers, that when somebody is thinking about death, the past and the future, the all those
Past and future,
nasty
yes.
thoughts, and person remains in present. Could you please tell us something, one or two things more about this? How it works actually?
See, the moment we try to think of the death, automatically desire drops, desire for the past, for the future, repentance, or your future development. So, thinking of the death means kills your desire. The moment you become little less desires, or thinking of the death means you have a little desires, more desire drop. So desire drops means that question of future and past has gone slowly. Suppose you are thinking of the death, we are not a perfection of thinking of the death. If 20%, 30%, even 60%, 70% desires for past and future has drops. So there is no question of restless of the mind. You, when you live in the present, restlessness of the mind is very, very less. That time, uh, restlessness of the very, very less. So this way, we remain in the present, forgetting the future and past, because desire drops for day, reduce your desire, thinking of the death. That is the key point. And that is the key point for spiritual progress. You lose the attachment, automatically it drops. Force us to or kill your desires, attachment, quality attachment. So naturally, then you have a spiritual growth, and you have a better life. You are in only in the present.
Yeah, Swamiji, thank you, Swamiji. Akhil has typed his question and he said that even the terrorists are also thinking of death and they do and kill people. They get lot of negative power through it. So,
Terrorists are not thinking of it there. They are forced to sacrifice their life. That is not their own way, because that they are trained such a way. You have to sacrifice your life for the sake of the country. That is why they are forceful training. This is a what is called impulsive training. इच्छाकृत स्वेच्छा से हुआ है. That is forced. That is totally different attitude of the terrorist by having the soldiers who are fighting for that. And the persons, even he is not a soldier, he is in the world, that he renounced the world. They are not renounced the world. Their attachment is there, parents is there, parivar is there, family is there. They are only trained to face the brute, sacrificing their life. But their attachment is there, the family. It is okay?
yes, yes, thank you very much,
Yes,
Swamiji.
Maharaj. Yes.
Thank you. So, we'll close now, Swamiji.
And the Punit want to say,
Puneet.
Punit,
Swamiji, I'll just conclude with a small bhajan. ओ
yes.
यमराजा ले चल मुझको कान्हा जी के द्वार, कान्हा जी के द्वार। जाने लोग डरे क्यों तुझसे, जाने लोग डरे क्यों तुझसे, तू तो सुगम अवतार, कान्हा जी के द्वार। जल 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 प्रारब्धा, जल 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 प्रारब्धा, खत्म हो ये व्यापार, कान्हा जी के द्वार। मन में कृष्णा, जग में कृष्णा, मन में कृष्णा, जग में कृष्णा, कृष्णानंत अपार, कान्हा जी के द्वार। ओ यमराजा ले चल मुझको, कान्हा जी के द्वार, मैं भी एक ग्वाल बार। थैंक यू स्वामी
वेरी
जी,
गुड,
थैंक यू सो मच,
वेरी गुड।
ग्रैटिट्यूड, इनफाइनाइट
भजन
ग्रैटिट्यूड।
बहुत अच्छा हुआ। भजन
थैंक यू
से
सो मच।
सबका मन भर गया।
यस,
Thank
आपका
you.
ब्लेसिंग से स्वामी जी, बस। थैंक यू।
अच्छा, कौन